Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld, episode 434, day 6235 here in the Nether. We're looking for more ancient debris, and look, there's some. Do I have? Okay, so I have enough netherrack. I'll probably get rid of the lava first, and then tackle the debris. Huzzah! I'll take that. Alright, so what was the goal again? 16 was the minimum, right? And then I think 24 was recommended, or something like that. I can always go back and get ancient debris more, but I'd rather just tackle all of this now. Howdy, Rose, welcome back. Rose. You should add the little, it's not a hyphen. What's the word? The little symbol above the E in your channel name. That'll remind me. I don't know what the name of that character is. We don't use that in the English language. Only words borrowed from other languages that we use. Alright, just making sure there wasn't a cluster here. So I can spawn up to 3. Well, we've almost meet the minimum. And in fact, with that one up there, there's our 16. Question is, will we find another 8 by the time we make it back? I have a low degree of confidence. Let me also look on this real fast. Not important. Alright, you know, while I'm up here, we're just gonna make a line. Alright, so that one's gone. Oh wait, there's 2. I didn't notice. Did that work? Alright, there you go. So that one's gone. Oh, and hi. What were you saying? O2. And howdy back at you. That lava there is being really slow, and I don't know why. I think I picked it up. I'm at 17 now. Alright, so to deal with all of this, let's see, is it a vertical shaft? I feel like no. I think it might just be a low point in the ceiling. Got a little bit too high up where the lava lake is up here. That's unfortunate, but oh well. It's not as bad as the first round at this. The same thing applies, I should say the guide you were commenting on. It's the same thing that applies to any of the world sizes. The world size is irrelevant as long as you make sure that you label them properly. Maybe what the problem is, if I'm remembering the recommended steps, is that the array size isn't matching the number of blocks you have. You're gonna have to recalculate how many blocks you have and then make sure that the block array has that length to match the world size. How do you do that? you multiply. What's 768 times 768 times 64? I can't do that in my head. And so you'll need to make sure that the block array matches that size, or matches that in length. Probably some sort of multiple of whatever the default value is. This is the math you're going to have to do on your own. Should be basic multiplication though. Alright, so this is... Hello. Goodbye. So this is where I was. We're looking for any more debris around here. Nope. There's some hidden debris over there. Before I forget, how about I pick this up? Make sure there's none else hiding around here. No, with the amount of blackstone I have, I should probably do something with it. It's nice having a super dark block that doesn't take forever to mine, like obsidian, and is also more detailed than wool or hardened clay. No, the hardened clay isn't even dark. Maybe I was thinking concrete. Concrete black is dark. It's just not very, whatchamacalled. It's just very flat, which has other uses. But if you want a dark, detailed block, I think the blackstone variations work well. Alright, lava, where are you coming from? Was that it? Oh. Is the block and the lighting array equal? Or, no, data. But I think that's used for lighting. Maybe. I think Classic I want to... No, Classic doesn't need to calculate lighting. I don't know. Well, there's two different arrays. One for blocks, one for data, I think is what it's called. If all three numbers are matching up correctly, then that would mean there's a problem somewhere else. As if both arrays have the length equivalent to the volume, the world volume, then there's a problem somewhere else. Do you get stuck down there? Yes, you did. You need to make sure that the data is the same length as the block array. I guess I misread how you said that. How do you do that? Well, what'd you do for the block array? How'd you make the block array larger? that work? Oh, we're getting there. Wonder if this endless lava is ever going to serve a purpose. I should say, I wonder if I'm ever going to use the endless lava for something. Because right now, it's kind of just being a nuisance. Oh, was that it? Was that the one keeping all this up? Not all of it, but most of it. I need to get rid of this real fast. Go, go, go. Just need to place one block. Huzzah! There we go. So while we wait for all of that to go away, I realize I missed a spot. Oop. Alright, so how are we looking? Who's next? Says the announcer guy from Epic Rap Battles of History. Is that channel even still around making videos? I feel like after going for a good decade plus, it's probably a lot of, I should say there's probably not a lot of ideas. I don't remember how frequently they uploaded. Howdy Ian, welcome back. We have more lava to eliminate from this world. Epic Rap Battles of History. It's sad to say it's an old channel, because I remember when it was very popular. I never watched much, but I know someone who was rather addicted to it. As he gets addicted with YouTube channels. Come on, where's the floor? Where's the pole? Says the woman from Wipeout. Alright, this is not getting me anywhere. I don't remember if I ever said, but back when popular MMOs was popular, but oops, I still wasn't interested enough of the content he made. I watched some of his mod reviews, but not many. I don't know, his personality didn't seem something I was interested in. So therefore, all the crazy stuff that happened later years, I'm rather indifferent to, because he wasn't part of my childhood. I can't say I've ever heard of Super Girly Gamer. That's what you said. Oop. Ah, hold on. It's a lava thingy. Oh, Jen. Okay, so I have heard of her. I don't know what she's up to these days. I remember when she was newer participant on popular MMOs, but by that point I had for sure lost interest. I would not have an answer for you. This is something, go to YouTube. What does YouTube say? about her channel and stuff. If I fix your problem, does the world load now? Stop jumping. Maybe all of this is just source lava. Maybe that's my problem. Congratulations, enjoy the world. Cannot guarantee how well the performance will be. InDev is a real big pain working with manual edits of the world. That's likely to never change. Is this really a vertical shaft of lava? This is a terrible place. How far down does this go? Three years ago? 2022? That's relatively recent. Oh, finally it's gone. Goodbye, lava. I say recent, but after 3 years, the chances of a return is very low. So I guess that's the state of the future. Well, there's your question answered. Use Alpha 78 Nudge by clicking the nudge button and holding it. Left mouse button. And then pressing WASD, Q, and Z. Basic movement controls. I should say the default movement controls at the time. Oh, there's more lava? Where are you hiding? Oh, but wait, there's more. I wonder if Anthony Sullivan's still around, if he's still making commercials. Oh, there's more. I hear you, I hear you. Goodbye. If you have Alpha 73, it's probably going to work. Alpha 78 was the version I had, which is why I included it in the tool set. Alright. That was much more painful than I anticipated it would be, but still not as bad as the first thing I tried to do. So, with all that lava removed, we can finally focus on the goods. They were at 21 out of, I think, 24. There's a good chance of me finding the last 3. It'd be rather nice, because then I'll be all set. Taking them out of the file. They were intended to be extracted in the first place. I probably shouldn't assume basic computer knowledge when working on the guides, but by assuming basic computer knowledge, that leaves me free of liability for the people without such Oops. What's making it super slow? There's a gas that spawned down here? Hello. Goodbye. I feel like someone recently in the Discontinued Features Wiki made a way to, or I should say, figured out a solution for some people using integrated graphics. Is that what you ended up using? Oop. They're saying access denied to the NVIDIA control panel. Are you not an administrator? Using an administrative account. This is something I'd probably not be able to help you with then. To Google. Is that gas gone? I think he despawned. Coolio. Oh no, we're at the end of the tunnel. Oh, sad times. I still need 2 more. Oops, what is this? Hold on. This isn't cool. This is another vertical tunnel. Hey, we made progress. I used up all of the netherrack I had on me. Cool. I'll take some of that, thank you. Alright, so, where... You know what? I was planning on getting rid of this area, just to make it more open, but as I sit here, I think, is it even worth it? It is there forever, for as long as the internet exists, Ian. Your comment is permanently embedded in this video. I hope you appreciate the mark you've left on your own personal history. It will not be forgotten. Yeah, this big ol' section right here, this is what I want to get rid of. You know, I have an idea. Here's what I'll do. I'll just... Oh, there's even more. Of course there is. Alright, well, what I was trying to do... There it is. Hello. All of this. This is what I wanted gone. Oop, one more. Let's get to that half stack. And this is the part where we run. Think there's any debris in here? Oh, there's a whole bunch of lava. Oh, there's one. I just need 2. 'Cause I'm kind of at the point. Hello. I've alerted the Horde. Have I ever died in this world? Yeah, that's what the Cheez-It counter is for. Plus previous Cheez-It counters. And survival test 2505. And other versions back before I had the dragon egg on my head. I can't show you the statistics for deaths on here because it's not going to be accurate, because the statistics have reset multiple times, not to mention they started keeping track in beta 1.5. Copying the world in survival test saved the world. What do you mean by save the world? If you make a copy of something, you make a copy. I don't know your definition of save in this scenario. Just open and get rid of all this lava. The level.dat is not a folder, it's a file. But if you make a copy, you make a copy. Copying a file doesn't corrupt it. Nope, that's not true. Copying a file would never corrupt something, so long as everything's working correctly. I'm not going to go into the details of hold on, what's it called? There's a term. Oh, memory errors. That's something for other people to discuss. I'm very good at computers, partly because I find a big interest in them, and partly because I'm a certified IT technician. Copying a 624 world is not fun, but not because of the large zone files it creates. Copying a 624 world is not fun because not only do you have to copy the large zone files, you have to deal with the alpha format, which is far slower. It's a slower operation to move a whole bunch of small files than it is to move only a few large files, which is why copying an alpha folder is a much slower process than copying a world folder or a region folder from beta that has the same amount of chunks generated. Alright, 23. 23 out of 24. One more. I just need one more debris. The amount of worlds you're able to combine that are 256 by 256 is divide 32 million by, no, that's not true. Divide 64 million by 256 and then square that number, I think. Something like that. That's assuming you're going to combine them in infdev, I should say. Otherwise, indev does have a limit of 1024 by 1024 world size. Alright, well, I guess I'll just take this last half stack of TNT and then we'll go all the way to the other end. Since I don't feel like getting rid of this lava right here. Every terrain problem I experienced going from the earliest pre-classic we have all the way to 1.16, I've already solved all those problems. The amount of terrain that is broken is very minimal because of that. I'm not going to walk around with a problematic world. Most of the world that you play in is going to be safe anyway. It's only problems with specific areas under certain circumstances that you end up having difficulties in 1.13. But once you make it to 1.13, you've already solved the vast majority of the problems. Well, there is something minor in regards to ocean monuments spawning, but that's not a terrain thing, that's a structure thing. I don't remember if that gets fixed. I feel like somebody said it did get fixed eventually, but I don't remember who and what version. I didn't want to fight you. You're just gonna steal my inventory space. Alright, so this is about the area we were, because on the right-hand side, we kept going farther that way. And so this is the area right here that I wanted to get rid of. Survival Test 0.25 is the most difficult base version. The earliest version I've played is the earliest version you find in the launcher. I'm going to ignore the recreations I've done on my own time, as I did not use any of those for this world. E434 I find is easier than Survival Test 0.25. E434 is difficult at nighttime, but if you just wait out the night, you won't have much of a problem. Hello, lava. Well, Survival Test 0.25, mobs are always spawning. You will constantly have the threat around you. Hardest version of every format. I'm trying to think what the most difficult in-depth version would be. It'd probably be the later versions. In-dev was very easy early on because mobs were peaceful for the most part. They didn't become hostile until later. Not to mention tools didn't get durability for a little while. Was it Indev 223 that added the furnace? The very last in-dev version? I think I said Indev 223, that's what I meant. Because just lighting stuff on fire to smelt stuff, or you're throwing it into lava, is an easier process. Yeah, 223 added paintings. Was it 218 that added the furnace? I can't remember the in-depth versions. I'm not a big fan of them, contrary to Method's line of thinking. Come on, where's this last debris? I need one more. Now, somewhere around 218, 219. I'd need to say the furnace makes the game harder for the reason of you have to create the furnace to smelt your stuff, as opposed to just throwing it into lava or fire. I'm not seeing any debris. This is a sad time. I don't want to just whip out the pickaxe and go zoop all the way around. I don't plan on quitting this Polyworld. It's gonna keep going forever. Or until Minecraft stops updating. But that could take another 35 years. Anyways, the version we're taking a break at is 1.17.1. I have other series to get to on this channel. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. The debris is hiding from me. So, we're gonna grab more TNT. I don't plan on trying Roblox. That's on my do not playlist. I want to say, there was another game I said that was on my do not playlist sometime within the past 12 months, but I can't seem to remember what it was. Roblox is just about the only game that I do not intend to ever play. No thank you, Pigman, I don't feel like dealing with you. Dress Up Simulator on Steam. That one I feel like I'd be more indifferent to, but I want to know what would cause me to want to play it. Nom 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 nom. Delicious bacon. Alright, so let's put away more of this netherrack. Then we're gonna grab, how about 2 stacks? 2 stacks of TNT. We'll see how far that gets us. I can't see myself playing any dress-up games because I'm not that in a fashion. Deadfire 545. It wasn't something like Cloudtaker 76. Where did the name Deadfire come from? The amount of different names you've utilized across the internet. Whereas I think to myself, I've only ever had 2. Well, Zelanator versus Zelanator 11ox does not count since that's still the same name. Random Roblox name generator. Well, that saved you thinking. Didn't Cloudtaker also come from a name generator or a word generator or something like that? I feel like you told me the history before and I've forgotten. I don't know if you're the first person to like Taylor Swift who's watched my stuff. That's not true. My cousin likes Taylor Swift and has popped on the stream sometimes. Not on the stream, but has watched. Aha! I totally did not need all that, but that's okay. Maybe I should just grab a little extra. I don't know her favorite album, I didn't bother asking. She's older than me, that's for sure. Alright, decisions. Do I just use the stack in 54 or just go home. Because I made it to 26. How about we just use up the last of it? I've already played Spore. I've played Spore twice now on stream. Once was on Twitch back in 2017. Those videos were copied over, so they're here on YouTube. And then I played Spore not that long ago. I can't remember when. That one was much more recent, though, in the past several months. I don't remember when exactly. New Year's. There we go. I had a feeling it was New Year's, but I wasn't sure. Alright, I'm thinking, how do I want to deal with all this? Peekaboo, I see you. I have netherite boots, chestplate, and leggings. I consider my armor very good, because it can't get any better than this. Ignoring the helmet, but I'll never wear a helmet on this world again. Well, that's not cool. There was surprise lava inside. I'm never gonna wear a helmet because I'm already wearing the dragon head. Or the dragon egg. The dragon egg on my head is 100 times cooler than a helmet than any normie player would wear. I feel like I've said dragon head multiple times before. Dragon egg on my head. There we go. I cannot put it back on. Oh, that's not cool. No wonder why this is here. It was a bug back in release 1.4, if you want to call it release. We're going to ignore Mojang's headaches of calling the pre-release the full release. Or I should, yeah, calling the pre-release labeled as the full release. Okay, I'll probably just use up the last of this TNT. And then I don't plan on placing down the other stack. This is the part where we run. I've alerted the horde. There is release 1.2, but 1.2 was also labeled as a snapshot. 1.2.1 is the first full release of 1.2. Or not a snapshot, pre-release. They just didn't label it as 1.2 pre-release. I don't think there were any differences between the two. I didn't play InfDev 624 on this world because it's the worst version. I didn't play InfDev 625-2 on this world because it ruins signs and spawners. I didn't play versions that didn't save because they didn't save, with the exception of InfDev 625 because I wanted the terrain. I just used a saving mod to acquire chunks of that world in the positive coordinates. The positive quadrant of the world. I didn't play the vast majority of the snapshots. Only a few of them do I play on here, for specific reasons. I did skip one of the early pre-classics, whichever pre-classic had the graphical bug. I skipped that version because I didn't want to deal with that for 2 hours. And I feel like I'm not seeing any additional debris around here. This might be the part where we just run back. Let's see, is there something I can... Oh, wait, hold on, I can deconstruct the nuggets. And then I can pick up... Oops, did I lose the helmet? It doesn't change the graphics, it's just the graphics slowly get corrupted over time. And Method wasn't able to figure out why. I think I'll just place 5 gravel. That way I can pick up the helmet and the boots. Alright, well, away we go. Yeah, after a few minutes, it slowly starts happening. I should say it tends to start happening. Under normal circumstances, this would be a problem. Well, we're still at 46. That's alright. Yeah, we'll head on back and sort our stuff, and then head home from there. Here's what you can do, Ian. You can examine the code yourself, or ask someone who has already examined the code. But when Method was telling me about it years ago, he said he couldn't figure it out. Alright, so what can be put away? Alright, so with all that taken care of, I'll probably leave the 1 stack here. We're gonna have to take both of these. And I guess I'm gonna leave all this netherrack for now. I'll take the 1 stack. I'll need to put this somewhere. I use a dedicated RTX 3070 on this desktop. Yeah, at some point I'm for sure gonna need a pathway along here. Or, if I can access the nether roof again, I could build another thing. You know what I can do? I could probably mark out the spot if I remember. So what we're gonna do is right around here, we're gonna make note of these coordinates, and at some point, I'll see if I do anything with them. Alright, so we are negative 600 and 220. I'm just gonna mark these down now. We're going up to the roof, and then I'll just leave a little something of netherrack. Do I go for the Enderman? Sure, why not? If they drop the pearls, I'll be happy. That guy went up. Come on, Enderman, get back here. This is why Fire Aspect and trying to take on Enderman don't go well together. Oh well. You might have sent me the photos of that. Classic 27? Are you talking about 0.27? Yeah. I upgraded the world from 0.25 to 0.27. I just lost out on the inventory though because Blue Crab 2's tool to upgrade 0.25 to 0.27 wasn't around at that time. So thankfully, it's possible to upgrade the world without losing your stuff. But yeah, I just copied the chunks over and kept going from there. I also did the not very smart thing and played survival for 28, 29, and 30. Even though 28 and 29 survival did not work well. But hey, I got to enjoy Classic in 0.30, and that was one of the last times this world was in creative. I say one of the last times because after that it wasn't in creative again until 11W49A. The chunks where I get stuck, I'm pretty sure I've run into those multiple times on here. Oh wait, that wasn't for me. Yeah, I don't know why Notch let that be a problem for so long. Everything was fine. And then poof, instead 624 happens. I'm going to continue to stand by instead 624 being the worst version because of the stuttering zones. Howdy, Paul, welcome back. I almost didn't make that. That could have been bad. Not really, it would have just been very annoying. Yeah, it makes me a little sad that the stuttering zone isn't officially 100% updated and fixed until 1.2. Because I had an issue in 1.1. Are all of these full? Am I gonna have to lay down more chests in here? Hold on, let me look at something real fast here. Alright, so I guess that's why I started using the shulker boxes. Updating a classic and in-dev world into inf-dev is an easier solution than trying to work with in-dev worlds. Aren't there other people suing YouTube right now? I thought that's what you were telling me. I thought that's what you were telling me yesterday, and you knew nothing about the case. Oh, really, you're just mad? I was gonna say, I don't think you'd have the money to take on YouTube. Disney is suing YouTube. You still know nothing. That's not helpful. What happened to the door? Doors have multiple state discrepancies over their lifespan. We have a few half doors still around in this world from all the times that doors changed. Alright, so this one's now empty. And now that one's empty. Well, almost. It's getting there. Nope. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize how much quartz we picked up. Oh, right, I used the quartz to repair my pickaxe. The resource pack reminds you of InfDev Plus or the half doors? Because I don't remember there being half doors in InfDev Plus. I'm looking for food. Glorious food. Probably feels like InfDev Plus because you got bright green grass. But equally so, you have a bunch of modern features. Oh, quartz was over here. Oop. Glistening melon slice. I thought this was called glistening melon. Do I have to update the name? Hold on. I'm gonna write this down for future me. Because I don't remember it being called glistening melon slice, just glistening melon. How dare they change the names without telling me. I have a very, very, very extensive list of all the names for blocks and items and biomes I have to change because Mojang just quietly changed the name over the past several years. So I keep track of every change, every fix, I should say, to all these names as time passed. They mentioned it on the 1.16 update page. I didn't read that. I didn't know there's a 1.16 thing. I got spawn eggs from 11W49A. Kind of my fault for only picking up 9, but spawn eggs didn't stack at the time. So I wasn't particularly in the mood to deal with all of that. So I ended up with 9 spawn eggs of each type that was available at the time. Change glistening melon to glistening melon slice. I didn't realize. Well, thankfully, that'll be fixed soon. Oh wait, hold up. These can combine. Kind of funny, all these saddles I collected, thinking saddles are rare. And then jump ahead years in the future. Saddles are now craftable after 15 years. Nom 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 nom. Making saddles craftable removes their rarity. And making leads not use a slime ball also makes leads, or I should say makes slime balls slightly more useless. Oh wait, no, I was supposed to put that away, but I came back here, because I think... There we go, there are the crossbows. I had a feeling I kept the crossbows with the bows. Alright, let's start cooking up. Hello. Goodbye. I'll probably leave the rest there. But yeah, let's start cooking up the goods. We're gonna put those 2 there. And then all this debris is gonna be cooked up in the blacksmith hut while I put away the blackstone. I really should have faster mode of transportation to get here. Oh well. Thank you for your service, Mr. Golem. The last of my original Golem set. I think he only survives because he just so happened to be standing on a slab. What a version. What a day that was to casually watch all my golems suffocate. I don't even know how they let that happen, and I don't know why it only affected certain mobs. Oh well. This is the one time that I didn't have so many pigs chilling in the area. Oh wait, hold on. If this does 11 attack damage... I didn't realize now I can insta-kill all passive mobs. Level up. Alright, I'll put all this stuff away. Hooray, bacon. Wait, hold on, I need an even number. There we go, 30. 30's even. I don't need critical hit. It does 11 attack damage because of sharpness 5. Pigs only have 10 health, no armor points. Zombies have 20 health plus, I think it's 4 armor points. Alright, we'll sleep, reset the weather timer, put away the blackstone, and go from there. That's not the bed. Daytime is upon us. Day 6,239. Alright, so Blackstone was way, way, way over here. So I got a whopping 4 blocks. 4 more blocks I can collect. And then that'll be that. Four more blocks, then I'll have to move into Warehouse 4, which means, surprise, 1.17 is going to add more than 4 block types. So that means I'll have to add all that later. I think I'm going to be moving into the 4th warehouse before this is over. Well, seeing as I started part 4 still within the 3rd warehouse, I guess that's an average of using up 1 warehouse per part. Or needing to use 1 warehouse. 36 million blocks. What are you currently copying? What version is the world? Alright, we need gold. Say the piglins. You don't know what version your world's in? Discord probably says I'm playing OBS because I booted up OBS before I booted up Minecraft. Alright, let me take all these titanium bars, create the 1 block of titanium. New recipes unlocked. And then we're gonna take... Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, I made 2. I wasn't supposed to make 2, I only needed 1. Oops. Well, either way, we're gonna take a diamond ground tiller real fast. Then we're gonna go over to the big work area. Using the smithing table I haven't updated the texture for. We now, huzzah! I now get to showcase the brand new ground tiller texture. Hooray! There you go. You've now seen them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't think it was the axe I showed. Anyways, there we go. I did not deny that I would get an advancement. Yeah, now I need to put the titanium scrap and titanium bar somewhere. I haven't updated the textures yet. I'm still thinking of keeping them low resolution, but I'll do that later. I'll update the texture later. But now we have one titanium ground tiller. I don't know what I'll do with it. We'll just keep it there for now. I could always enchant it. Alright, but our titanium scraps are gonna have to go into warehouse 3. Of course, titanium. I'm replacing all of the netherite with titanium. I'm just not done with the textures yet. I still have more gears I need to add. End of world to InfDev and Alpha 78. If that's what my guide said, then yes. So here I have honeycombs, honey block, presumably honey bottles as well. I guess this is where I'll keep the titanium. I don't know what's going to go in there. But let's go put this over in the block museum. If it's a classic world, it needs to say level.mine. Because otherwise it's going to try to open level.dat as an alpha world. And that's not what you want. If it's an InfDev world, keep it as level.dat. Oh, hold on. Let me check on something real fast. Doo-doo-ba-doo-ba-doop. Let me go through something real quickly here. Don't worry, this will be fast. I kind of did an oops. Forgot to check in on something. Between stable 29 and testing 288, testing 288 is more recommended. Doo-doo-ba-doop. Alpha 78 doesn't have a movement bug. It has a modern day camera bug. It used to be fine on old computers. In fact, it used to be fine on Windows 10 as well. And then time passed. I specifically intended to use Alpha 78 on one of the guides though, and I can't remember which one. One of them I told y'all to use it. Testing 288 crashes when you try to fill chunks with water. It does. I remember I tried avoiding to use stable 29, I think, because it didn't function as intended. Boop. But it still had a purpose over testing 288. Why is this empty? Oh, bee nest. Import schematic, import waterworks. Interesting. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I'll check in on this real fast once more. Alright, hold up. Don't worry, this will be fast. Alright, all good. For sure this time. Set that back to live. Fill and replace with water crashes. Interesting. You know what? Here, we'll take the fast way. Kind of funny, I always run across and then go down the stairs when getting here. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, I see you. Oi! Guess who it is? A zoink! A zoink! See you later, Green Bean. Problem solved. You know, I still need to update this. Hold on, let me write that down as well. You know what I didn't do? I didn't go to the Nether and mark out the territory. We'll do that real fast. In fact, let me... Block Museum 1.2. Because judging by what I'm seeing, one of them was sandstone. Alright, well, anyways. Notes for future me. Because if I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember by the time the stream ends. Alright, so... We're going to head back to the Nether real fast and mark out the area. Because I wanted to do that earlier, and then I ended up going home. Shouldn't be too far. I'll just be running across the bedrock roof. Should be fast travel. Oh, sun's going down. I guess we'll reset the weather timer before then. So I'm thinking a little area of slabs. I got 15. This will be good enough. Alright, eyes turn red, you can go to bed. Except there's terrain in the way. I almost fell out of bed, that would have been funny. And I think it recalculated the fact that the carpet was there. So it prevented me from falling out. Yawn. I say it's as if it has been a long day. Do y'all see that? The bitrate monster said chomp 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 as he took a nice big bite out of the internet, out of the bitrate. Well, that was unfortunate. 855 drop frames, 0.3%. 855 frames out of a stream an hour and 15 minutes long is relatively small though. If that's what the guide said, then yes. That's to do it. My recommended way of doing it. Can you not? Alright, so we need to go negative 600 and positive 220. Wait, hold on. Insert long haul to the far lanes here. Alright, let's get the faster. Alright, so we're about halfway there. Man, it's so much easier running across the roof here than it is trying to go through the nether. I can't not look at this endless bedrock, and the song starts playing in my head. Oh wait, I'm already there. We can tell we're in new chunks though, because we can see the mushrooms up here. Oh wait, negative 220. It's right about here. Oops, hold up. We just passed it. So that's 600, and this is 220. Alright, so the reason why we're placing down slabs is because if I don't use slabs, yeah, bad guys will spawn up here. There we go. Put down torches for visibility. I think delete the chunks within the InfDev world, if I remember the steps correctly. Howdy, Paul. I'm not currently walking through the Farlands. But yeah, now I can cross this off my untitled notepad. Pad. Nom nom nom. Did I never solve an issue for the InDev chests? Did I never publicly tell y'all how to do it? Maybe I never did because there was never an easy way. I should say there's never a streamlined way. Because I copied the data for the chests on this world, but just manually doing so. Was it something... Never mind then. Do. We made it. What I'm currently doing on the nether roof is... Ow. What I'm currently doing on the nether roof is... I was marking out a spot up here for use of when I needed it. Let me place that back. I don't know if I could place this while I'm down here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, never mind. Let me just, zoink. Alright, new plan. InDev to InfDev is not that bad compared to everything being in InDev. That is for sure very confusing. Let me... Hazonk. Alright, away we go. I was already walking away from the area I left. It was at negative 600 X and then 220Z. Alright, so let me place down the slabs. If I need more, I'll make more later. And then I think What was next? What was next on the to-do list? I'm trying to remember. I had plans to work on something. I finished the record farm, which somehow never ended up on the whatchamacallit, which somehow never ended up on the bounty board, even though that was floating in my brain for a long time. Well, that's boring, so we're not going to spend time at the record farm. Oh, I know, I wanted to go back to the warped mushroom area, because I'm pretty sure I don't have a lot of the wood. In fact, I don't think I have much. I have a little bit of crimson, but not much. Let me go acquire some of those ground tillers. So now I've learned my lesson. We're gonna make a, or we're not gonna make, we're gonna grab all of these. And then we are going to also acquire, oh, I forgot I left the shulker boxes over here. And then I'm gonna have to whip out MCA selector because I don't remember where exactly I was. And in fact, I think I've learned my lesson about traveling through the nether. So what I'm going to do, put those away. What I'm going to do is grab my ender pearls. Not all of them, probably just a stack of 16. Alright, this will get us to where we need to be. So back to the nether, and then I'll whip out MCA selector and try to find the Crimson Forest where I set up shack, because I really don't remember. I'll probably make estimations. Well, if I could find the warped forest, the one I was at, I should be able to find the one I need to be at. There we go, I was waiting for speed 2. It'd be nice if I could multitask by going over there. We'll be going all the way to the monolith and working backward, since that's gotta be faster than working from over here. Alright, first let's hop in real fast as I get MCA selector. Alright, so I need to find where I was. Come on. Come on. MCA selector's being slow. Oh, in fact, here, what I'll do, I'll just click this area. It's not wanting to update, and I don't know why. There it is. Alright, cool. So the warped forest we're looking at. No way, it's right at the edge of old chunks as well. That's not cool. Hey, what happened here? Looks like these chunks are duplicated. They look exactly identical. Is that a bastion? It's offset. It's offset by 1 block. That's interesting. Well, either way, so if this is the warped forest here, where did I set up camp? Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't me of the past smart? Didn't I take a screenshot of the area? It'd be nice if I did. I did. Good job, me of the past. So we're looking at negative 2526. Oh, that's way over here. Negative 2526 and then 2000. That's like... Oh, wait, that's this warped forest. What? Hold on. This is the warped forest I set up camp? In fact, this right there. This is my little hut. My little hole in the wall I constructed. So I set up camp there And I didn't realize all of this was over here. Well, that's not cool. Alright, well, either way, so now I know where we need to go. But if this is indeed a bastion over here, because this is a fortress, I can tell looking at the design. This one, I want to say, is a bastion now. So let me write down negative 500, and then 2200. I should say negative 550. Alright, well, I know where I need to go. So I can close that. And we're off. Hopefully, well, hello. Hopefully with the Ender Pearls we'll be able to travel faster. Let me also set that preview back to live. Good job, me of the past. Marking my stuff. But yeah, the areas, I should say, whatchamacalled. The monolith is going to put us a little bit too far, but that's okay. I can backtrack some. So between negative 2200 and negative 2000. So we've already hit the point. Because I think there's at 2700. So I'll just have to drift over when I work my way back. Stop. Whoop. Alright, so I know where I'm going first. Oops, not there. Negative 550. Let me just hop on out of here. Oh yeah, don't I also have... Yeah, more netherrack storage over here. Good job, me of the past. Alright, so we just have to go this way. Alright, well, away we go. You know what, here, let's not use the Ender Pearls just yet, because I remember talking about the bridge. Oh, hold up. How do I get to this staircase? There it is. I was about to launch the pearl, but I realized, oh wait, I don't need to do that. Excuse me, all of y'all, I'm coming on through. Wonder if I have any other pathways over here. Originally I was focused more so on going forward, but this time I need to go diagonal to get to where I was. Hello, Enderman. I could always use more Ender Pearls. No, thank you. Yeah, +4. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh, this is getting kind of enclosed. I don't know. Alright, cool, I got lucky. I had a feeling it was gonna end up sealing off, which is not what I wanted. Pretty soon here, we might start getting close to new chunks, but I don't remember how wide it was that I loaded up these chunks back in beta. I don't think I did much nether exploration by full release. You know, that's not true. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I loaded a little bit in 11W49A when I was trying to travel the area. I see quartz, so we're at least in 1.5 plus chunks. See a bunch of soul sand, but I don't think that's a soul sand valley. Seeing a lot of lighting problems. Next time I optimize the world, I'm gonna clear the lighting cache. Hey Enderman, how's it going? I'll take the shortcut this time. I wanted to head down here for these Endermen. Yeah, now I'm at plus 11. Cool, cool, cool. Zoink! Okay, so I'm here on the Z-axis. I need to get there on X. And now I have even more pearls than I started with. Yeah, all this fire needs to be relit. What happened? I thought 1.14 was supposed to fix this. We should start seeing it soon, because it's at negative 550 and we're already at negative 400. There's the warped forest. Unfortunately, we're just going to be passing through this one because I want to go to the outpost. Yep, right at the chunk border, I see. There it is. Here's the bastion. Hello, how's it going, y'all? Another Enderman. Thank you for your pearl. Alright, so let's enter, shall we? Hello. Let's go see what sort of goods we find. There's another scrap. You know, hold on. Here's what we're going to do real fast. Let me put all these ground tillers away, because I need the inventory space. So none of those stack. Oh look, maybe this is how I got the crying obsidian in the first place. Oh, well, either way, let's keep exploring. Not a bad chest so far. And now my inventory is already starting to get full. Hello. Ow. You guys hurt. Okay, we're gonna be smart and heal up. That was a lot of them. Let's spend all that saturation. There we go. Feel much better. Yeah, I'll put away the other one. Alright. I'm doing better now. I hear you, pigs. Hello. Thanks for the warped nylium, I guess. Yeah, I hear them boinking. But where? Where are they? Oh, wait, that's where I came from. Oops. I might just start... Knock, knock. Surely I'll find something, right? I don't even know what sort of design these bastions have. Howdy, potato, welcome back. What are the two obsolete game systems? Oh, hi. Y'all were expecting me. How'd you end up in here? $3DS and Switch now that the Switch 2 is released. I see. Gonna set this down. Hope nothing bad happens while I'm working on it. Alright, I'm ready. Is that a chunk border? No, it's not. It just looks like one. Oh, I found all the goods. Hooray. 2 double chests and 2 single. I got a banner pattern for Snout. Is this the only place you can find these patterns? A lot of stuff I'm not particularly interested in. I'll just throw this in here first. Oh wait, nah, it didn't stack. Alright, let's see. What already, or I should say, what does not stack? Am I really going to fill up both of these shulker boxes before even going anywhere? Oi. Alright, none of those items stacked. Oh wait, hold up. Alright, well, that was fun while it lasted, I suppose. A whole lot of stuff I don't particularly need. Oh well. I chose this path. Yeah, I think now this box is full. Yeah, because all of these are already perma-stacked. Oh well. Alright, away we go. Who's next? Excuse me. I'm probably not seeing that Enderman again. Thank you for your pearls. And I'm about to use one of these. I need to, a zoink. I should probably also heal up. Alright, let's think. Where else is there? I feel like I might have already explored a fair amount of this. Oh wait, I was just here. Hold on. never mind, I don't have much. Was it really all down there? Is it just straight up mostly buried? Oop. I guess I could just leave it at that. Alright, well, yeah, if I ever come back, I do, but for now, let's keep going. So, I've now written down those coordinates. I've been here, so now we're going about 2,000. I have a much farther distance to travel now. I'll take your pearls, please. Farewell. As I pick up another piece of warp nylium. Alright, let's keep moving. So we only have about 200 blocks or so to travel on the Z-axis. However, we do have a lot of traveling that needs to be done on X. I'm going the wrong way. Oops. I was leaving the new chunks when I should have been entering. Alright, this way. This is the direction we go. For sure this time. I guess that explains why I was seeing the chunk borders here. I was going the wrong way. So this is where I was. Pretty sure this is right about where I entered. We'll probably just leave it. Oh wait, hold on, never mind. Just kidding. There's a chest right here. There's a lot of obsidian. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I will gladly take all the growing obsidian. Wasn't last time there was a spawner in the middle of here? There's a magma spawner. And hadunk. That's probably not a good idea under regular circumstances. Watch where your pearls lands, children. Is that gonna make it? Yeah. Cool. I've been here before. Pretty sure because this is a pillar I constructed. Wait, is this how I got here, or is this where I left? Maybe I was walking down here and I traveled up. Well, at least it's nice to know that I've been here before. Yeah, this is not the warped fours where we set up the outpost. I don't feel like dealing with you. There's a herd of them. I'll take all that bacon though, and the leather. I feel like this is not the path I took initially. Part of that is, I don't think I had all these pearls when I was coming back. But now I have a bunch of them, because I just want to get here quickly. Therefore, we'll keep using them. bacon and sausage. I haven't had a egg sandwich in a while. You know, maybe I did have one not that long ago. April. We're about halfway there. Question is, will we get there within the next 15 minutes? Personally, I have some doubts. Hey, wait a minute. Don't people use ender pearls under general circumstances to access the roof? Maybe I'll just make an escape route. Isn't that how regular folks get portals on top of the nether roof? I'm trying to get back to the warped forest I was first at, which makes me a little sad because there's one so much closer, but that's not where I built the outpost. I'll still have another 100 blocks or so to travel on Z, but that's not nearly the distance for X. I don't know when portals on the roof didn't link up properly. I just know my portals that I tried utilizing on the roof have not yet linked up properly, even though I built the one in the overworld where it was supposed to be, both times. For all I know, I did that too late. Well, either way, I was thinking about getting on top of the roof initially, because once I'm on the roof, all I have to do is go back to the ice highway. I tried making them after 1.12, because I remember the new oceans in 1.14. No, well, I should say the new jungles in 1.14. That I went, the last outpost I constructed in the overworld. That one did not want to work. Lag's back, I think. Bitrate Monster said chomp chomp. Skelly Bomb, hello. Don't mind me. Basalt deltas are difficult to travel on if you're not used to navigating the terrain. They're like a fortress. Yeah, we have about 1,000 more blocks to go. We'll get there eventually. Hold on, let me just heal up real fast. Oh, he did see me. I'm not here. You don't see me, I don't exist. You must be seeing things, silly, says the Bonbon Hand puppet. Oopsies. Double oopsies. Man, if that second one landed, I would have felt awesome. Alas, that is not the world we live in. That was a server lag spike. What were we looking at? About 0.86 seconds. Aha! Alright, so where are we? We are here. I might have made a wrong turn. Hold on. Because I think I'm supposed to be up there. There we go. Much better. No, thank you, Mr. Skellybum. I haven't worked on the titanium armor texture yet. It's getting there. It's gonna have the same details as the tools, but I'm still working on the tools. I haven't done the gears yet. The base images are done, I just need to work on the gears. Only the sword is complete. Alright, 600 blocks. Of course I'm gonna do something for the helmet, even though we'll never see it on this world. Ah, it went over. I saw that. It went up and over the land I was trying to land on. I thought it was going to go farther than that. That's rather unfortunate. I wonder. Nah, this is the punishment. Yeah, I just leapfrogged that right there. Oh well. The sword texture is animated. That's currently the only animated texture because I haven't done the animations for the other stuff. All 5 tools plus 4 armor, all 9 pieces are going to be animated. I don't think I can throw that high. Nope. Do 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 do. Thankfully, we're almost there. If I could travel 100 blocks a minute, I'll be fine. I guess I could use the armor stand, as long as I had the other stuff. As long as I had the titanium 2 update. Or 2 upgrade. There we go. Soul Sand Parkour. Huzzah. Striders are the average means of getting across lava lakes. I am not average. I wonder if I can, huzzah. And then from here to there. Now we're getting somewhere. Can I just zoop? Ah, a little too short. I was really hoping it would land. I was really hoping it would land on top of the soul soil. Studded armor. I currently don't have plans for utilizing it. It's difficult enough trying to get leather armor to be untextured. Hello. I should say uncolor tinted. I thought I fixed it, but I think I ended up doing something wrong. I'm gonna have to verify whether or not I fixed leather armor texture. Alright, he's too far. Any goods over here? No. Oh, for Mojang to add it? I can't see Mojang adding another armor tier. Everyone tries to go to Netherite as it is, usually. That way they are most protected. Or at least full diamond. What purpose would studded armor do? Alright, I think we're about to make it. In fact, we're even close to the Y level. 64 is where I need to be, and I'm at 61. Should start seeing it. It's only about 100 blocks away. There it is. That means my outpost. There it is. Part 2. Chainmail used to be a display piece back when it was only tradable. Is it still only tradable? Oh, wait. I feel like in 1.4, Zombies and Skellybumps could spawn with it, and the goal was to collect them all. And then they made it tradable. Am I remembering my history correctly? I don't know if there's a chainmail trim. Alright, let's put all this away. All these blocks I don't particularly care for. I think I'm just gonna make another double chest. This is gonna be for all my gold. Because I have a lot of golden stuff I don't really need. Alright, so the pattern, the pearls, the scrap. I'll hold on to that. Oh wait, hold on. And the chest, because I'll be taking that back with me. Alright, well I can put that picture away. And I guess that's that. Let me grab all these ground tillers. Or grab the ground tillers. And then let's just go chopping. I'd rather collect a whole bunch of this now. That way I don't have to visit here again for a long time. I don't know if 1.21.6 is out. They had pre-release 3 yesterday. Thought they had release candidates before pre-releases. It feels so redundant having pre-releases, snapshots, pre-releases, and release candidates for minor versions. But they're trying to make the minor versions more important now. I'm not used to this change in mindset. Because I hear minor version and think, oh, bug fixes, small improvements. It's not what they're doing these days. I think I said release candidates after pre-releases. Speaking of release candidates, tomorrow's going to be our first release candidate since beta 1.9 with RC1 and RC2. It's kind of funny, I spent all week in the pre-releases, and we're going to end off on release candidate 1. I'm pretty sure 1.16 only had the one release candidate. every major version from 1.16 and later has had release candidates. This is the first release candidate since beta 1.9. I should say the release candidate for 1.0. I'll TikTok noon o'clock. If you have final thoughts, start saying them now. I'm just going to finish off this layer, and then that'll be all it for today. And so tomorrow, we're done with the pre-releases, and we shall move on to release candidate 1. So that means Monday, we're going to start with the first upload of 1.16, because 1.16 was re-uploaded within, I think it was about 4 hours. 1.16 was re-uploaded. But yeah, that's indeed all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.